Hello, everybody. So this is going to be a new series, I guess, where I am going to go through Upwork. So I have my screen up. I'm just going to go through Upwork and I just am going to build random stuff I see from Upwork and see if it helps. I do a lot of make.com uh, and just integrating it with random stuff, having some fun. I use some Go High Level. We'll see what happens. I'm just building random stuff and we'll see. But today I saw one it was a content repurposing. It was like kind of Notion. I was going to use Evernote, but they actually need an API, so I'll just show a bit and then I'll just start rebuilding it. And then it'll be linked to Twitter, so it'll be using short form for Twitter. So God, you see it's been a bit of a mess here. But I'm currently connecting. This is my Notion doc, and I was just testing it out here. So I'll be building it out mostly, and any of the parts I'm trying to figure out, because this is just going to be completely just kind of me. Any of the parts I'm figuring out, because like I'm doing it anyways. I'll probably just fast forward it, because like who actually wants to go through the boring stuff? And then you'll just watch me figure it out, and then I'll fast forward, and then you can reap the fruits of my labor, I guess, because I'm just having fun building. So I was gonna build some sort of give or take kind of like a Twitter thing with. If I open up Notion here, we'll have a Notion bot kind of doing its own thing. Yeah, I really appreciate it. Oh yeah, so this is my idea. This is how actually content this in this is how I just come up with random ideas. But I just wanted to make it as easy as possible. I think my Notion is having a little bit of a heart attack right now. So what can you do? Yeah, so I was trying to figure out if you could do it via bullet points, but as soon as you add bullet points, it kind of goes all funny. And whenever it pulls information from Notion, it never gets the last one. So you kind of need a database of like uh stuff like this, like idea dump, like a database, and then you can connect to Notion, and it watches database items. And if you collect one, obviously, if you add more than one, it gets a bit more complicated, but you can just do one and it'll keep pulling ideas and you can just add another table. So that's the hope. See what happens. Um, I was going to begin with, I'll make a new scenario actually, and I'll just start walking through it um, one by one because I was going to use the Evernote, but apparently their API is just dead in the water. So let's see. I actually sent them an email. Let's see if I can get it up here. Where is it? No. Yeah, it's dev support. It's so funny. So I actually connected my Evernote to Notion because this is like full what's the word? Full sorry, I don't even know what the word is. Full perspective or whatever. So I was requesting an API key, seeing if they'd get back to me. Never got back to me. I was like, okay. So they're just dead, and I was like, fair enough. And I used to use. Let's see if I can get it up here. So this is. I'll see if I can screen record, and you'll be able to see it on your screen. Start screen recording. Record. Just just do this. Device audio. Oh. Right. So this is my screen currently. It's actually in black and white, but you can't see that. And I had Jesus. I had a widget which was widget Evernote. Yeah, so it was an Evernote widget, and it was just one of these, and it was this, and you drop it in there, and then you just be able to drop a sing like easy note. But now I have like a Notion type of jam where I open it up, and this is week 16 because I based off weeks of the year, and this is where like my content comes in, and then with the content, it'll come through the Notion doc. So don't question the random stuff I put in as I was testing, but this is just some stuff I added. And go in, and then you just type, and then if push comes to shove, you can add another database, and it'll just keep adding stuff. So that's the general idea. Let's just stop that. That was like a minute long. So Perfect. So let's so I used to use so this is the Notion one. This is like the most useful one. And when database items are triggered, watch database pages. Triggers when page content. So creator update. So this is the database item. I have my internal Notion connection already. That was a headache figuring out, but if you go to the make, oh, I love typing Notion docs. Yeah. So creating, I usually put Integromat because it's like, because people just like, it's just not fun. So these are where I got. This is like my single source of truth. I don't make the public connections because that's just like I don't understand why like not yet, you don't need it. But this is the internal connection that I usually use and it's a bit of a headache, but that's like another thing. I can probably make another thing on that. But I have my Notion connection hooked up and I base it off created time because I'll be creating it usually. And then the database idea is so the database you get from this load is Liam's idea dump. So I'm just gonna take this and then we just drop it in and you just search. Oh, that's wrong. Sorry. Search. Yeah. And then we drop it in here. And then, yeah, there you go. So, and then I'll just put that to 1, which is great and all. So now, so if I run this, right, it'll have nothing. It'll have no like bundles inside. But if I go to Notion and if I type in, so if I add a new row and I say, hi, my name, please stop lagging, is Liam, and I just come over here and I just run it once, it'll come out and it should have a bundle object created by last edited and properties. Here we go. One title, one annotations, text. No. Okay. Well, this is usually how stuff like this goes. Maybe it's because I didn't update. Let's try it one more time. There we go. That took a bit longer. Properties, collection, blah, blah. When do you learn to change? When you enjoy something else. Now, where is that coming from? This is database ID. When do you learn to change is when you enjoy something else. Wait. My name is Liam. There you go. Anyway, we'll just run this one more time. You know, if anyone shows you that it's just like big out easy, they're just lying. There's always something going on behind the scenes that no one actually wants to tell you. On demand, every 15 minutes. On. Oh, maybe it's yeah. So it's this one I'm actually supposed to be using, which is look, it happens. Database. Liam's idea dump. And then we come in here, we go like this, and we just limit it to 1. Okay. And we run it. And then we add a new. Boom. Ah. And title. Text Liam's idea dump. Annotations text. That's the title of it. The description is empty properties. What have I done differently? This one. This is why you do something like this. So Let's see, it was this one. It was watch database items. So I was on the right one. Because look, if I run this one probably pops out. Parent, it's not parent, it's properties, this, title, this. Yeah, so it's in annotations. Watch database items. Let's see what the problem is. I'll be honest. I think I will fast forward here. So just give me a second. Finally updated. I'm going to actually just delete these. Right, so that is that done. So we'll just type in one more time. We'll just test it out. We'll do John just to differentiate names. And we run it, and then oh, there is nothing. Oh, I love when stuff like this happens. It just doesn't work. I always think that it's me, but it usually is me. The reason is this should be a title. And we run once, and it's not taking the database item. The make connection or the connection is there. So what is going on? We're just gonna duplicate this, and then use this as a reference, just because that's usually how it goes. Watch page contents, Liam's idea dump. Yeah, that's page contents. This is database items by created time 1. Oh, I love when stuff like this happens. Absolutely love it. You know, it's not technology unless it lies to you, you know? It's just not technology. It's like, this is great, guys. So they're like, this is just exactly what you want to see from people. Okay, I'm gonna go 1 based on created time. Okay. And then this is why you test stuff as well. Hi, my name is Liam. You are going to get taken out, right? Notion database. Wow. Guess what? Now you fix your bloody self. Right. That is that. I don't know why that was so difficult. So, the second thing I did was so this is the title of this page. There's probably better ways of doing this, but who the hell knows these days? I watched the page contents. I searched objects last time. Search page up. I don't actually need to do any of that because it just takes the last one. So if it's on, it'll just take the last one. And I hooked it up to router with, obviously this is ChatGPT. And then, oh yeah, so I'm just sidetracking here, but this was my, yeah, whatever. Thank you, Evernote. This is my doc, right, with lots of like random ideas. This is stuff I wanted to buy. There was books, a tripod, camera, straight head razor, USB to earphone jack, alarm clock. No one cares. That's just what it was. And then this was like my idea list that is literally like there's like 2,000 things here. And I used to do it on Twitter, so I was just gonna see if I could automate that a bit. And I would love to add images, but that requires some behind the scenes code, so I'll probably figure that out at another point. But yeah, so this is like during the week. So that like app on my phone or even on my laptop, whenever I'm like coding or I'm doing something just alarm bells go off in my head and I'm like, oh, this is really good. Like, uh, you can live a poor life rich or an easy life poor or something like that. Know what too easy feels like and know what too hard feels like. set deadlines for freelancers. That was me doing freelancing or people hiring a freelancer to help me, and that just went over my head. So look, that's that, right? But I transferred over to Notion because this is way easier, right? And then we're gonna connect this flow, and then this was me. So this is how I joined it up to get it. It was a media planner for shorts. So whenever I posted an idea into Notion, my hope was that it would back out. So this is, I'll see if I can open up a full Notion. Right, so this is my media planner. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So my hope was when it came down here, so there's already like a draft here. It'll put in a page, and the page has titles and quote hooks already for 5 different things, like kind of like titles and um hooks. Yeah, sorry, hooks, scripts, whatever for the exact same. So incompetent people can get to competent positions because had that recently happened to me, but whatever. So unfit leaders, a paradox. Have you ever questioned why some leaders blah 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 blah? That's not the problem. Um, this is just a general idea. Whenever I get a better chance, I'm going to probably train AI models. I'll scrape YouTube and I'll scrape YouTube and I'll probably scrape like the highest performing shorts or something. And then I'll see if I can put it through AI and then train some models on the best kind of like hooks and like most best like performing shorts, whatever. That's not the problem, right? But this is what was the hope that it would look like. So the way I went about it is um so I use GPT-4. It's a bit more expensive, like who cares? So I'm just gonna dot on a router to this and then whatever, and then we'll run through an OpenAI model. GPT-4 chat completion. Or increase the token count, add a message. So it's actually faster if I just copy and paste it and show you, just so you guys know. So the first one is always a system, and I use personally, you are a helpful expert copywriter, video scripter, and YouTuber. Wow, it's really not that difficult. Sometimes less is more with these models. I've spent so much time trying to like prompt it correctly, and then it just completely forgets everything, and it's like, are you like, come on. So we go through, and then we use next one is a user prompt, and then so this one is to just generate the titles. So we go through, we go user, and I will just copy and paste in not the URL, what am I saying? You'll be provided with a base video idea for a 30 to 60 second short. Your job is to write a short, concise, to the point title that tells the viewer what the video is about. Provide 5 diverse titles that come from different angles. Don't have titles separated by colon, commas, full stops, or dashes because they had titles that were just some shenanigans. Like it was just crazy, and I've never seen it once. And then you just have the title as one line, and then important, you keep it simple because these titles get absolutely insane. So you don't want that. And then we come up here, and this was a test, right? But you want to format it in certain JSON formats. And then if I go into user, let me see. So user, I will provide the input. So the input will be, where is it here? Basically, you provide the context, which is, which one is that? It's properties from what I remember. It's not properties, is it? Object, user, ID, title. So if I run it once, it's not the parent. It will be the properties, and it is usually the title, label, text, annotations, people. Oh my god, there's always so much stuff. Oh, here we go. Took a bit to find. Right, so you do that, and then what you do is you come through, and then you come to user, and you ask it to format it in JSON format, which is this one. So JSON format is basically like prime time. Uh, ooh, is how information is passed around the web. So it looks something like this. Let's see if I can get an image. Like it's like a dictionary if anyone has done code, right? And it's just the easiest way of storing data. And then so you ask it to store it in JSON format. So title one, title two, title three. You have it labeled because you're gonna plan out afterwards, and you can mess around with the temperature and the top P and whatever, but like yeah, not yet. Just not bothered. And basically you then ask it to generate the hooks. So this is the first bit. And you come around here and then you come into OpenAI. Honestly, sometimes I just copy and paste these modules because it's just easier. So instead of having the hook, we ask it to you will be provided with one base video idea for a 30 to 60-second short. There'll be the theme of the short and 5 titles from different angles. Your job is to write 5 hooks that will catch the attention of the viewer within the first few seconds and promote them to watch the rest of the video. Make sure the hook and title match. Important, keep it simple, right? So obviously it won't be this one because actually no, it might be. It will be, sorry. And then I went down here. So this is how we label out the hooks. So this is the output for the hooks. You have the same kind of JSON format because it's just easier when you parse everything and give it a variable. And then you take, so it's the video idea is equal to text. It's a bit blurred out because of the fact that it's a different module. IDA. And then you can do this with like when you get a video or like an idea, you can ask it to like ask for 5 different like ideas branching off of the idea. So it's really useful. And then I think it's ideas. Yeah, here we go. Plain text. Perfect. Oh, okay. Don't say okay. Go back. And then you say um yes, the titles are here. Actually, you can just say titles. I had the scripts in there as well because of just how it was working. And should be okay. I'm just gonna rename these because it's just easier. Hooks. Oh no, that's no, oopsies. Not very smart of me, is it? Don't. Oh my god. Um, titles. Right. Generate hooks, generate titles, generate scripts. So this is the same thing, but now you're generating kind of like a script-based version, right? So we're gonna do literally the exact same thing. Like, guys, if you can't copy and paste, then honestly, there's no hope for you. So it's the same kind of general prompt. You'll be provided with one base video idea for a 30 to 60-second short that will be the theme of the short, and 5 titles from different angles and 5 hooks. Your job is to write a script for each title that is value driven, builds on the hook provided, and make sure to have it in between 30 to 60 seconds long. Important, keep it simple. The video idea is still the video idea. The titles is still the titles, I'm pretty sure. Yes, so this is the output's going to be a bit different now because when you parse the JSON data, it just looks different. So these are the titles. Ooh, sorry about that. And then the hooks are yada yada. And then see the titles in the book. So it's kind of helpful to have it labeled out. And then you come back. Oh, you actually don't need those extra. And then 3, and then blah blah blah. And your output will not look like that. It will look like this. So when you now have this bit, oh, this always goes over my head, even though I've spent so much time on this. So now, look, we'll just run this once, right? So, oh, actually, no, don't do that. Yeah, because, okay. So I'll have an idea that I was thinking about. So this is what I gave away something I cherished. Actually, that won't work because that's a more personal story. Let's go video ideas. Ooh, where am I going? Media planner. Liam's idea dump. Lovely. People only work 2.3 hour days. What? Fuck. You know what? That's actually true, which is so funny. People only win much, so it's not hard to win, but who cares? So it'll go in. So the Notion has just picked it up, and the property is title idea. People only work 2 to 3 hours a day. Fuck, right? And you see the shocking truth of working only 2 to 3 hours daily, the truth phenomenon. Why do people why do people work only 2 to 3 hours a day? Like if you wanted to, you can make it more kind of controversial. And not controversial, but be like at it in different angles, being like have a question or have like an accusation or something. 2 to 3 hours, a full workday question mark. Like that would be interesting. And then it's like ever wondering how much you really work daily? Let's bust your illusions. Imagine if we tell you that you're actually working less than 3 hours a day, presenting unmasked, blah blah blah. Right? You get the point. Obviously, you need to do some stuff on your end to make this like actually feasible. But this is just the beginning. It's supposed to cut down the workload like a lot. So the shocking truth of working only 2 to 3 hours daily. Ever wondered? Like research shows that we clock in 8 hours, we're really productive for at least 5.7 hours. Yeah, and then you get the point. And basically, the idea is when you add it back in. So now I have this. You have the output in this kind of JSON format, which you want to get rid of because, like, as cool as it is, it's not really like workable. So you parse the JSON. So you just drop it in here because it's already formatted in you by ChatGPT, and then, mm, while we do that, I'm actually just going to drop it into a database because it's just easier while I'm talking. So if I create a database item, and I'm going to link this to my select from list, and where's my Notion? So if I come back here and I go into, so this is my media tracker that I use sometimes, or I'm trying to use sometimes, which is fine. Like, look, yeah. So it's this, and then and then you open, you search this. There you go, and then it'll whip up the database ID. And then now you have all of this. So I usually put the title as the idea. So I have a general this, visual hook, blah. You don't need this, right? That's fine. So now you've created a database item, which will be appended to the bottom here. And then when you create, it's not another database item. You go to Notion and you have to create a page. It's not gets a page. You create a page inside said database. So into a parent page. Parent page ID is the parent page. I think that one works. Let me double check. Database item ID. That works too. Database item ID. Yeah, because I haven't run it yet. Because it usually helps if it's run. So this is also the same here. So you run the plain text, and then when you parse the data, right? Okay, actually, it might be easier if I actually just do it now myself, because you have to do it a certain way to have it formatted like this, which is it's just how Notion works. Like to have it formatted where you have the title and the text, you can't just like, well, you can, but it doesn't look nice. So if you have to take the result here and just run it through. So I do this, drop it in, and you just need to run this individually, run this module by itself. Nice. And then what happens is when I come into, so now when it comes out, you have title 1, script 1, title 2, script 2, blah, 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 right? And then you come into item type, H. I usually do H3 because it's just a bit smaller. And then it's a type text, and the content is, where is JSON? Oh, you fool. It hasn't, okay, so this happens sometimes when it's not loaded yet. Oh, yeah, it's not loaded yet. Whatever. Let's see if this works. So type 1, H3. If it doesn't work, I'll run it through and then I'll add the Notion thing at the end. So it's a H3 content. Yes, here we go. So title 1, boom. And then you don't put the link in, and then you have to add another item, and then it'll be text. And then, oh no, it's not another item, sorry. You add an item here, and then it'll be a paragraph, and then I think you get the point. It'll be content, and then you drop in script 1, and then now you have a few to pick from, and then it'll be stored all of it inside your Notion database. Because it just like it gets so complicated. So like I don't know if you've had it, but you're like writing scripts and stuff, and then it just blows over your head that what you're supposed to do. So if you just drop in paragraph here, and like content script 2, boom. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna run this because I'm not doing that. So oh, I've just closed Notion. Lovely, absolutely lovely. Big ups to Alex Ramosi, by the way. I will do what is required. We will yeah. I go into video ideas. That's not it. I go into Liam's idea dump. I could probably do video ideas as well. I'll build another thing out for that. Because this is just stuff I use myself that I think is useful. And then I drop it in. We run the flow, and then I'm just gonna let it run really fast. And then I'll just back out. Please let me go back. Thank you. Right. GPT 4, do your magic. Imagine if your work actually comes to sound real. The fact might shock you. Stay tuned to learn more. That's a bit cringe. This is why you need to train models, right, guys? That's just so much fun trying to train models. But yes. So you go through the scripts. Just give it like a second. I have some. Oh, okay. Well, there's no second. So that actually worked, which is very nice. Sometimes stuff goes wrong, which is like how stuff goes. And look, you see that went from 26 to 27. At the bottom, we have incompetent. No, that's the wrong one. People only work 2 to 3 hours a day. Fuck. We have a page inside and a nook, and then now we have it's only 2, but you can do more, you can do less. Yada yada. Doesn't really matter. So it like what if I told you your 8-hour workday? Well, it's rarely 8 hours of actual work. Mind-boggling, isn't it? A Stanford University study reveals an inconvenient. Look, get some content out, get some ready. And then so my next step is actually so this is like a really quick and easy flow to build. Oh, don't do that. So this is just a really quick, easy flow to build out if you wanted some like kind of ideas. But the next bit, as you saw, was like it integrates with Twitter as well. So this part's a little bit more complicated. So I might actually split this up. So I'll probably make a part 2 to this, but this is just the first half because I'll be building the Twitter part. So hopefully I'm not like blue balling you guys. Not blue balling, but I'll probably stop this and then I'll make the Twitter one because I'll just have another title or whatever. And yeah, so look, enjoy. Hopefully that was helpful, and I'll see you. Bye.